Are you ready for another ESP lesson? Oh, I hope you cheered a big yes. Here we go. Let's learn a new sound today and become a better reader. Let's read the target together. I can read and spell words with the rhyme old. We just did a rhyme for our last lesson, so boy, do I hope you remember what a rhyme is. I think you know how to read with those fingers and spell with those fingers. And I want you to say to the iPad screen or to some grown-up at home, what is a rhyme? It is an ending that makes a rhyming word. And of course, we can add an onset, which means add a letter to the beginning of a rhyme and get a word and have it rhyme with another word that has the same ending. Today, it's OLD says old. Now, I know what you're thinking. Old is a word. You are correct. Old is a word and a sound. So when you see this word, you will read it as old. And when you see it as part of another word, you would sound it out and put it all on one finger. So for example, if I sound out this word, I would say f on one finger and old on the other. It would sound like this, old, fold. When I come to this next word, I would sound it out and need two fingers again. Let's practice. Old, mold. Two fingers. And because both of these words end with old, the sound old, these words are rhyming words. Fold rhymes with mold. All right, let's take a look at some of our old words. Remember, old goes on one finger. If I say it really slow, you can hear all sounds, old. But we don't do that when we finger spell. We just say old. So let's do it, fingers up. B, old, bold. You can see this letter S is thick. It is bold. Next one, thumbs up. Old, fold. Here is a paper that we will fold. Excellent job, thumbs up. H, old, hold. You can see that they will hold hands today. All right, next one, fingers up. K, old, cold. Boy, that snowman looks cold. Ooh, this next one, yuck. Let's finger spell it. Old, mold. Yuck. That is quite the picture, isn't it? And your last one. Ooh, this one looks nice. G, old, gold. It would be nice to have that pile of gold, wouldn't it? What would you buy with all that gold? That would be fun to think about and talk about. What would you buy with all that gold? Awesome. All right, here's some review words. Let's review the first row. OLD says old. EA says E or F. We'll try both. And this one, what can you tell me about this one? The E makes the O say O. Let's do it. Thumbs up. Old, mold. Breed, breed. Now, that is a word, breed. For example, if you have a certain type of dog, his breed might be like a Rottweiler. But I can tell you, because I've seen these words, that this is not E. So we're going to try the sound. Let's try it. Bread. This is the word bread. This is one of those words that you should just look at, put in your brain, put it in your memory pocket, and memorize that it's bread. All right, next word, hole. I hope you do not have a hole in your sock. All right, next row, here we go. OI says oi. ZZ says zzz after a short vowel. Wait a second, DGE. I know, it says duga. No, I hope you all said no, Mrs. Setter, silly. DGE says j after a short vowel, of course. So fingers up, let's go across. K, oi, coil. Is, frizz. Fudge. Fudge sounds good, doesn't it? All right, next row. ER says big strong I wonder why there's a double T. Short vowel ER, I better see a double letter. Or you might say, We double the consonant to keep the vowel short. Oh my goodness, think, think, think. This E has how many jobs? 2. One of them is to reach over and make this A say A. The other is to make the G say J. Ooh, a lot going on in this word. Let's finger spell. K-A-J, cage. Goodness, I have another question about this word. Why do we start with a C? Because C is friends with A-O-U. And here's an A. You got it. This is a word you might want to try to trick your parents with or your grandparents. You should ask them what jobs the E has and why it starts with a C. I bet you they'll be amazed to find out you know all about these letters. All right, bottom row. W-A says, why? What does this E do? How many jobs? 2. What are they? The E makes the A say A, and the E makes the C say S. And I-N-D says eind. Here we go. Wasp, wasp. Sp, A, S, space. Eind, find. All right, it's your turn. Let's go ahead and get our notebooks out or dry erase boards and markers. I have OLD on my screen, so you remember that our new sound is old. You can write it in the corner if you would like. Here's your first one. I say, you say, finger spell and write. The first word is bold. You say bold. Let's finger spell. B-old, bold. Go ahead and write the word bold. Like I will make the S bold in my last name, which means thick, bold. B is the onset. O-L-D says old. There's the word bold. All right, try this one. Fold. You say it. Let's finger spell. Old, fold. Go ahead and write fold. Like I will fold the paper and make it into a card. F is my onset. O-L-D says old. It's a rhyme. Bold and fold rhyme. Here's your next one. I say, you say, mold. Let's finger spell. Old, mold. I hope that your bread wasn't left out and now you have mold on it. Gross. Old, mold. M is called an onset. O-L-D says old. It's a rhyme. Mold. Here's your last one. Cold. You say it. Let's finger spell. Old. Cold. It is cold outside. Old. Cold. C. O-L-D says old. There it is. Now, I have a little bit of a change for you. I have a story. So this is the story that you are going to be practicing when you start your assignment. And I have it on your screen for you so we can talk about it. And then you can go ahead and read it all by yourself. We're going to start with the red sentence. You can see I have underlined all our words that have our new sound old in it. So when I come to this word, I'm just going to say old. Other words I will sound out. And when it's your turn, you can either sound it out or maybe you'll remember them and not need to. So I'll start with the red sentence. The old man sold his old beat up car. The old man sold his old beat up car. A beat up car just means it's old and rusty and it's been driven a lot and it's just kind of fallen to pieces. Here's an example of a car that we would consider beat up, old and beat up. Let's go to the blue sentence. You can see there's one O-L-D word. I'll read. The car had green old mold on the gray eat, seats. The car had green mold on the gray seats. These color words are called adjectives. They describe the seats, green and gray, and this word is mold, but I could say moldy. So the seats are being described as green, moldy, and gray. The mold is green, the seats are gray. There's green, moldy, gray seats. Let's go to the purple. He told the, I know this E reaches over, salesman. He told the salesman that it drove well, but the man was too old to keep it. He told the salesman that it drove well, but the man was too old to keep it. So basically, the man is an old guy and he's just not going to keep driving it, so he wants to sell it. But he claims that this old moldy car, it drives just fine. Let's go to the black sentence. The old man held all of the cash, that means money, he got from the car in his hand. So he's holding all this cash, this money in his hand. It seemed to be lots of cash. It seemed to be lots of cash. That means to him, it felt like there was a lot of cash in his hand. So now we reviewed this story. You're going to read it again in your assignment. You can always pause this video and practice right now, but you will see all of these sentences in your assignment. So make sure you paid close attention, and hopefully you'll be able to read the story a little bit easier now that we practiced it. So of course, it's now your turn. Click Next, practice reading and spelling some words. Thanks for joining me today. I'll see you next time at another ESP.